Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Today we are diving into the energies for each of the signs for the week of December 15th to the 21st. This is the end of Sagittarius season, so our spicy friends will be wrapping up their birthday celebrations and getting on with the holiday festivities for sure. So let me know while I shuffle the cards how you're doing with the holidays. How are you feeling? Do you celebrate the holidays? If you don't celebrate the holidays, let me know about that. I know we have some students in our town who are from China, and they don't really do Christmas in China. Some families do, I guess, depending on your religion. If they're allowed religion there, I'm not sure. But it's just not that big a deal. And they kind of got a surprise last year when everything was closed on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And they're like, what do we do with ourselves? Because they're teenagers and, you know, they want to do stuff. And they were saying they were quite bored. So if you don't celebrate the holidays, this in the way that we do when we're Christian, or we do the Santa Claus thing, what do you do for the holidays? I remember when I lived in Toronto, and I knew some Jewish people, and they used to go out for lunch, go see a movie, all that kind of stuff, because the movie theaters are open on Christmas Day in the city. I don't think they're open out here where I am in the country, but they were definitely open. I remember going to restaurants on Christmas Day and in the city, and especially like the delis and things like that. And Chinese restaurants I found were open on Christmas Day. So if you are celebrating the holidays, let me know how that's going, how you're feeling, if you need some support. I do have some videos in my channel that are designed to support you through the holidays. And if you don't do the holidays, how does that feel? What are you doing? How are you keeping busy? Are you just laughing at the rest of us running around like crazy, trying to get everything done? Or do you kind of get into it a bit and get to enjoy it without any obligation? So yeah, or do you have trauma? Yeah, a lot of us have Christmas trauma. And my Chinese medicine guy, acupuncturist guy, he is Jewish, and he said to me, even as a Jew, I have Christmas trauma. And I was like, wow, it is strong. It is strong. So we're just gonna, the deck did not want to play along today. Oh my goodness. You know what? That did not work at all. But while I shuffle, have a look at this beautiful crystal. It's an aura quartz that I got from the Golden Line in Warkworth. It's a beautiful snowflake. How pretty is that? And you can see the aura to it there. It's I do love aura quartz. I have quite a soft spot for it. I do keep an aura quartz in my little bundle that I have that is for making me invisible to my enemies. So when I'm trying to well, I used it a lot during lockdown. Let me just say that. Used it a lot during lockdown. I had it with me all the time. And so yeah, that's a gorgeous, gorgeous crystal for the holidays. And I did promise Tiffany, the owner, that I would show it off in my YouTube videos. So there you have it. There we go. Okay, that's better. Maybe the cards just weren't ready. So we're going to start with our Sagittarius friends. Here we go. The King of Good Cheer, which is our King of Cups. You're going to have a great week emotionally. I feel like you've kind of, you've had your birthday, or your birthday's coming up this week, and you've had your birthday, and now you're kind of settled into it now. I don't like using the word settled, but you know, when you kind of like, that feels good, I'm okay. You're just easing into life, but this is going to be a great emotional week for you. You've probably got lots to celebrate. You're probably having extended birthday celebrations, and there's some work that's been done to get your emotions in check. And I don't really like saying it that way. I'll have to think of a better way to say it. But when we have the emotional intelligence to recognize why we're responding or reacting or feeling the way that we do, that really goes a long way. And it tends to dissipate energy quickly. So for example, if something triggers you and you recognize the trigger immediately, and you recognize the unhealed wound immediately, and you can give that a little bit of attention and focus and recognize that the thing that happened or the thing that was said is not what's upsetting you. It's that it's hit a wound. It's poked the little tiny wounded bear. So obviously we've been doing lots of work on that. And as we're going into this holiday season, especially with our families, we're in a good place. So good for you, Sagittarius friends. You're doing great. Ooh, Capricorn. For our Capricorn friends, this kind of, I don't know, it's got real big Capricorn energy there. So our Four of Gifts, there's a few different ways of looking at this card. The fours, I always look at stability at one end and feeling stagnant at the other. And we want just a nice balance in the middle. Obviously, a little bit more to the stability side, if not all the way, if that feels good for you. A lot of people get into stability and then get bored and then start making up problems. So we don't want to do that. But definitely there is an energy of feeling pretty good as we go into this week. And of course, our gifts are our pentacles. And I'm just going to look and see if there's some timing connected to this one as we, January 10th to 19th. So there's a nice little timeline for you to keep an eye out for. Don't be cheap this Christmas. Money is energy, and we always want energy to be moving. It should not move in a straight line, and it should not stay stagnant. We want it to always be circulating. So when you're putting money out in, say, in buying presents for people, you want to be doing that with a cheerful, joyous, grateful heart, and let that energy go out there. And when you put your card in the machine or you're paying cash, however you're paying for something, as you pay for it, say, thank you, thank you, thank you for all this abundance, more please. And then that will keep that energy and intention moving. Money should be circulating. The more money you put out, the more money you should be getting back in. And I'm not saying spend all your money and go broke hoping that it will come back in. But when you are spending money, do it cheerfully, joyfully, and with gratitude. And then that way you'll keep that beautiful energy of that money flowing. When you spend money with resentment, what you get is resentment back. So we want cheerful, joyful money going out and cheerful, joyful money coming in. Okay, so that's for our Capricorn friends. Good luck with that. But it does, just don't go into things just for the money. There's lots of ways that you can give and receive that aren't about money. So if you're feeling a little bit stretched and you're not feeling good about spending money, do something that doesn't cost money. So I'll give a good example. If you have a friend and you really want to give them a gift, but you're like, oh, I just don't have any money to do that. What you can do is give them, just print up a little gift certificate, give it to them for Christmas, inviting them to your house for a movie night, snacks, pajamas, all that kind of thing. So you're not really spending a huge amount of money, but you're creating an experience that your friend might really love. Because the thing that a lot of people are talking about right now, and I'm gonna go on a little bit of a tangent here, is that in Canada, we have, like, the government will euthanize you. It's called MAID. And that's the initials of it. It's medical assistance in dying. And I just read a study that was alarming, that the data is that a lot of people, an astronomical amount of people are requesting MAID from their doctors because they're lonely. And I get that. I get why not having anyone in your life can make people think life isn't worth living. And so when we're thinking about gifts to give our friends and our loved ones, perhaps let's think less about what material good we can give them and call it a day. And perhaps think about experiences. Because if you're lonely, you better believe the people around you are lonely too. And the only cure for loneliness is to do stuff with other people. Get out there, build relationships, forge the fires, and do the things. So this what I'm just talking about is a general message for everybody, but it very specifically came through strong here. If you are feeling the pinch and feeling lonely, create an experience that you invite a friend to. If it's not someone you would consider a friend, but it's simply someone you know and you're not friends yet, this is your opportunity. Make the move. Be brave, be bold, be courageous, and do the thing, and you may end up with a best friend out of it, which would be wonderful, wouldn't it? And that's a message for everybody, but very specifically to our Capricorn friends who are really, we just don't be tight with your time. Don't be tight with your time. You can be tight with your money. Don't be tight with your time. And we have the Knight of Candles for our Aquarius friends. Our candles are our wands, very spicy. Whatever it is that you have in your mind, just get on with it this week. This is your moment. This is prime time. We got a full moon. Whatever it is that you want to do, whatever you've been hanging on to, this idea, this action, this plan, whatever it is, just get on with it. Like make the first move. You don't need to wait for anybody's permission. If you need permission, here's your permission slip right now. I'm handing it to you. There you go. So here, I'll hand it to you now. There you go. There's your permission slip. But you want to just get on with it. There's, you know, we're 10 days out from Christmas. We're literally a week from Christmas, because I think that once next weekend comes, nothing's happening for about a week. So this is great time to start something, put the energy out there, get it going, make a move, make some plans, whatever it is, and then let it sit for the week. And then you've got next week off. And then of course, if you don't really have much going on after Christmas Day, if you celebrate Christmas, then, you know, the few days afterwards is a great time. Be in that energy and then come back to it and really start hammering along. But you got to get on with it. You can't just sit on it thinking about it. And if it's about courage, if it's that you don't have the courage to do it, just understand that we do not build up our courage and then do the thing. That never happens. It just doesn't work that way. You have to take the risk. You have to be bold and brave, do the thing, and that's how you get the courage to keep going. The definition of bravery is doing the thing while you're scared. That's courage. That's being brave. So if you're sitting there because you're scared, just do it. Just get on with it. This is your permission slip. And we have the Four of Candles for our Pisces friends. So this is the Four of Wands in reverse. And I'm just going to look up timing. I feel like there's some timing to look at. No, this is a spring one. So in reverse, our Four of Wands, again, our fours are always stability and stagnancy at either end. What we are... This is really kind of coming through as like loneliness. Our Pisces friends are feeling lonely. And don't forget, while you're doing this, pay attention to your sun, moon, and rising as you're listening to this. Take all three parts, and that will tell you the story of your week. So this is like kind of feeling like you don't fit in, feeling lonely. There's very much an aloneness about this. I mean, if we look at this card upright, it looks like a beautiful family setting. And in reverse, it's the opposite, basically, or where we're blocked. I'm feeling like somebody's going to have some plans canceled. Something that you were really looking forward to, it could be getting canceled. And it's going to take you by surprise. Or you may cancel something because you're like, I'm not here for this nonsense with people. Pisces, I find, are very... very, do I say the word cutthroat? I'll say the word cutthroat, and you can come up with a better word that you like. But just like when it's not working, it's not working, and then we just get out. You know, I very much have that energy. My moon is in Pisces, and I'm like that. It's like, first sign of trouble, I'm done. I'm out. So if I suddenly vacate your life, if I suddenly make a dramatic exit and like it's just sudden and I'm gone, and you're like, what happened? I saw signs of trouble. The red flags were a flapping. So that definitely is feeling that there's some insecurity, there's some loneliness. If this is you and this is your feeling this way, please reach out to me. My links are all in the description. So you can reach out to me. I've got forms on my website. Almost every page of my website has a form, so you could actually just send me a message if you need some support through this. Don't make any rash decisions for yourself during this week, because you may feel better next week. We'll find out next week. And our Aries friends, 6 of Pentacles, 6 of Gifts. And this, of course, our gifts are Pentacles. And this is, I think our Aries friends are going to be feeling pretty generous this week. This is a great time to make our donations to charity and help people out, show some kindness, think outside of ourselves. Think about your neighbors. Like if it snows where you are, you know, and you know you've got an elderly neighbor, just go shovel their snow or something. You know, bake for your friends. Like do something that is giving outside of yourself. Volunteer at the Christmas dinners and Christmas lunches at the churches. You know, volunteer to drive people. That's something I used to do. There's a Christmas lunch in my town, and I used to volunteer there. And then I just got too busy. When I had my son and he got older, Christmas Day was just too busy for me to be spending a whole afternoon at a lunch. But what I would do is volunteer to drive people there. So I would pick, you know, little old ladies up from their apartment buildings and drive them to the lunch, and then someone else would drive them home. So this is definitely getting outside of yourself specifically, and giving. Give this week. Don't burn yourself out, but focus on giving this week. And our Taurus friends, 2 of Candles. And I know my brain with these suits, I still haven't gotten used to this deck because the suits are different. So I keep having to look up timings and look up things and remember what is 2 of Candles, Wands. As I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't remember what these things are. So in reverse for our Taurus friends, this is about feeling restricted, fear of change. I know, you know, the economy in many places is not great, and that really upsets our Taurus friends. I know my son is like, woo, and he's only 16 and he's already like, what the heck is going on here? But this is feeling like you don't have a lot of options, that you're not feeling like you don't have a lot of options. You don't have a lot of choices in how you move forward this week. What's coming through is when in doubt, don't. So don't be like grabbing at things just because they're appearing. Just like follow things along and see how things are going before you make any bold moves, because we don't want to make bold moves simply out of desperation. That is absolutely what we don't want to do. And there's fear of change is coming through, feeling restricted. I almost have this sense that our Pisces friends, or sorry, our Taurus friends are panicking a little bit because we are a week from Christmas. So if that's you, get on with it. If you need to get on with it, get on with it. It's time to get some decisions made and get on. If you're feeling the Christmas belt tightening a little bit around you as you're like, oh my God, I'm not ready, get on with it. Block out some time this week and get on with it. Wrap your presents, do the shopping, make the list, whatever it is that you need to do, get it done, because you'll be feeling even worse later on if you don't. And now our Gemini friends, we have 4 of Good Cheers. Lots of 4s coming out today. We've got 3 so far out of the 4 in the deck. This is really, really interesting. So 4 of Cups, again, boredom. You may be feeling kind of bored right now. This is our Gemini friends. You may be feeling a little bit bored. And you might be feeling, and you might be feeling like you've missed some opportunities, but it's okay, because if they're meant for you, they'll stick around or they'll cycle back to you. So don't worry that that maybe you didn't act fast enough on something. It'll come back. And we definitely want to take some time for gratitude. The big message here is appreciating what we have. Like the message is that you're not appreciating what you have, so you better start doing that. And the more we appreciate and have gratitude for what we have, the more we get of the same thing. So, or better, just say, thank you, thank you, thank you, more of this, or better, please. Easy peasy. And if you add that into your vocabulary, you will really start to see some changes. In fact, something that I do is on all of my bank cards and credit cards, I put little stickers. So they're, little smiley faces or little pineapples or whatever, little stars, whatever. So every time I use them, I'm reminded to say, thank you, thank you, thank you, more please, or better. And when I spend money, so I'm like, thank you for having the money, more please. I just want my bank account filled over and over. So just keep that in mind as you move through this week. I know this is a frustrating time, but it's good to sit down for a minute and just say, okay, things might be hard, but you know what? I've got my family. I've got a roof over my head. I got enough food to get through the week. We're good. I'm grateful that we're going to get through the week. And maybe that's all you have to do. Maybe you just have to get through the day. And if that's you, if anybody listening to this is struggling, please get in touch. Do not struggle alone. I am a coach. I'm a minister. I'm all the things. So, I got you. I got you. And now for our Cancer friends, the 9 of Gifts in reverse. So our 9 of Pentacles. And this is about our 9s are about accomplishments. So we definitely are not feeling like we've accomplished enough. And I think a lot of people might feel this way at this time of year, like as we're looking back, like, oh geez, when you pull out your goals for the year and you realize, oh man, I didn't actually achieve anything. Or maybe you don't feel like it, and then you look back and say, oh wow, actually I did achieve a lot this year. So I think there's a feeling of being tied down. There's a financial element of being shackled to something, feeling a lack of financial independence. There may be, I'm feeling like there's a little bit of shame coming through here, that there's an element of feeling like you're not earning your keep, or that maybe people are looking at you like you're a gold digger or something. That's just nonsense. Don't feel that way. That's, just because you think it or feel it doesn't mean it's true. But definitely focus on where you're feeling like you haven't achieved enough. And then go back, look through your year and see what you have achieved. Go through all of your business plans, your work plans, your family plan, everything. And something that I had done a couple years ago, which was really helpful, is I took photos of every single thing I did. If I went for a walk in the park, I took a photo, and I kept all these photos, and then I printed them all and put them into a photo album labeled with what I was doing for each thing and the date and everything, so that at the end of the year, I could actually look through that photo album and see, wow, I actually did do a lot this year, even though it didn't feel like I did. So there was big things, little things, all of it. I included everything. Funerals, weddings, outings, celebrations, all of it. And it was a neat project. It was a year-long project for me. But I highly recommend doing it if you're feeling like you haven't achieved a lot this year. And go back through your photos, go back through your life, go back through your daybook and see all the things you did achieve. And it might not look financial, but there could be a lot of growth. There could be deepening relationships. There could be education. There could be all kinds of things that you've achieved that aren't necessarily financial. And now our Leo friends. This is one of those ones that I have to look up because I can't remember. The Magician. Thank you. I don't even know how to say this word. It's like, I don't know. I would call that Welsh. Can you see? I don't know if it's focused. Oh, yeah, it's not focusing. But I think that, to me, that looks Welsh because I've been to Wales a few times and all the signs, there's like a lot of consonants and not a lot of vowels. So it's like, uh-oh, how do we say this word? So I'm not going to insult this word by even trying to say it. And isn't it interesting? See, this deck throws me off a little bit because this is card number 2 and not number 1. In the Rider-Waite, this is card number 1 because the Fool is 0 and here the Fool is 1. So even looking at the number, I'm like, what card is this? Because they're not the same. But this is the Magician. And remember, this is for our Leo friends. This is for our Leo friends. You got it all, babe. You got everything you need. You've got the brain power. You've got the emotional intelligence. You've got the physical stamina. You've got the get up and go. You've got it all. You have everything that you need to achieve whatever it is that you want. And believe that. Believe that about yourself. All of your abilities, concentration, desires, willpower, everything is combined together to help you manifest your dreams, the life you desire, anything you want. If you need support with that, if you need help with that, go back through my videos and find the one about manifesting your dream life. And that will help you a lot if you're not sure where to begin. But you have everything that you need. You've got it all. And you, if you need more, if you feel you need more, just learn more. Go to YouTube University. There's a million videos on everything, every topic possible. If you need to upgrade, take a workshop. If you need to gain more expertise so that you can feel confident moving forward, do that. This is a great time to sign up for some courses, find stuff on YouTube. Go ask your coaches. I'm a coach. I may have some courses that will help you. And workshops and things like that. You can also look at something like there's online schools like Udemy where you sign up for a course, you self-paced, everything is done for you and you get a certificate at the end. There's all kinds of things that you can be doing. On the other hand, if you feel that you aren't equipped for what it is that you want to do and you need extra support, you need a professional, an expert, do that. Get that person. Ask around, find the person you need. So for example, if, we're coming up on the end of the year, people are thinking about their annual taxes. If this feels beyond you, go to an expert, go to whatever, like H&R Block, or go to your accountant or find a bookkeeper to help you, like whatever. Don't try to do it yourself if you feel like you can't, if you feel like it's beyond you. I don't do my own taxes. I can't. I have no idea how. That's not how my brain works. So I have my husband who's very good at that kind of thing. He does it for me. And there's things he's not capable of doing and I do them for him. So this is definitely some energy to bring in an expert if that will help move you forward faster and more efficiently. Spend a little bit of money to buy yourself a lot more time. Because if you have to spend the time learning how to do your taxes and then doing them and then stressing about them and blah, 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 that's just energy you could be expending and actually benefiting yourself. So don't be afraid to get an expert to do the thing and listen to them. Take their advice because that's what they do. This is their field of expertise. Why would you not? There's also something coming through for someone. I don't know who. I never get names. But just to be careful of some trickster energy in your life. There's somebody who is not necessarily being completely honest about who they are. So just be aware of that. If that's you, if you think it, if that message just landed for you, it's for you. It is for you to pay attention to, and it's for you to act on. So be aware. The person that message is for is going to know as soon as they hear this. Absolutely. They're going to be like, yes, I've been thinking so-and-so is up to no good. They are up to no good. There's some trickster stuff going on. Be wary. Don't bring it into the holidays with you. And this is our Virgo friends. Father Christmas is the Hermit. But see, this is card number 9. The Hermit is actually number 10. It's all very confusing in my life. So we have this desire, this is our Virgo friends, to retreat a bit. And you should do that. If you feel you need to take time this week to retreat from all of the parties and socializing and spending money and obligations and expectations to shut everything off, take some time. Take some time. Retreat, go back into your cave, sleep it off. And when you come back, when you return to the world leading with your heart. The Hermit is the only card in the traditional, like the Rider-Waite Tarot, that has its own light. He carries his own light, and that is his heart light, and that's what guides him through life. So definitely take some time and process some emotions so that when you do come back out of your retreat, that you're not coming out swinging. There we go. That you're not coming out swinging. Because we still want to be friends with everyone at the end of the holidays. And for our Libra friends, the Krampus, oh my gosh, is the devil. That's what I thought. The Krampus is the devil. And our devil friend is in reverse, which is a good thing. This is a good sign. Actually, the devil's not really a bad... now see, isn't it interesting that this one has come back to being 15 and is actually 15 in the traditional numbers. This deck is a little bit crazy, but I have linked it in case you want it. Just go to the description. The link is there to this deck. So this in reverse is, and remember, this is for our Libra friends, very freeing energy. This is independence, overcoming addictions. And let's not just limit ourselves to drugs and alcohol. We can be addicted to all kinds of things. I once had a client sit across from me and I said to her, "What's your addiction?" And she said, "Probably my thoughts, the stories I keep telling myself," right? Like holy self-awareness. That was pretty awesome. She immediately knew what her addiction is. So then we could help her through that and get on the other side of it and change her thoughts. So this is somebody out there is feeling like they've got their addictions under control this week, that things are feeling good. There's a freedom energy here. This is about reclaiming power. Oh, something just came in. Oh my gosh. Somebody's told their family they're not coming for Christmas dinner. And now they're feeling really good about that. And that's okay, because many of us should not be with our families at the holidays out of obligation, because not everybody's family is good for them. And I feel like somebody is watching this right now and is either this week planning to tell their family they're not coming for Christmas, or they have already done it and they're feeling so relieved. They're feeling like they've taken their own power back from a dramatic situation. So if that's you, well done. If this should be you, maybe think about doing that. This is as a minister and a funeral professional, I always tell people that whatever dysfunction your family has, we're about to shine a big magnifying glass on it, and with like 1,000 points of sunlight. And we're going to see it all. It's going to be on full display. So those are very public events. Like, I don't mean public, open to the public, but they're big events. Like, most people have hundreds of people at their weddings and funerals and things like that. So we see it on full display, but for the holidays, it tends to be more contained. It tends to be behind closed doors. So if that's how you're feeling, don't be afraid to tap into your sovereignty, is what's coming in. Mm-hmm. Whew, that's a big one. That's a big one. Again, if you need any support, please get in touch. We can set you up with a session and get you all, feeling really good going into the holidays, especially because I know this is a time that is just fraught with drama and anxiety for a lot of people. If you have a beautiful, wonderful family and you love the holidays and you love spending time all together and everything's great and you still love each other at the end of the day, good for you. You should teach a masterclass on how to do that because some of us can't do that. Some of us can't even get through the morning with our families. I love my husband and my son. We good. But growing up, oof, no, it was pretty awful. Pretty awful. And so now finally our Scorpio King of Pentacles. Scorpio friends, please don't go broke this Christmas. Don't spend all your money on people who don't appreciate it. Don't waste your money. There's a beautiful piece of scripture that says, don't cast your pearls upon swine. And what that means is don't give your goodest stuff to the worst people. Recognize, have some discernment in how you give your time, your energy, your money, your material items, how you give your focus. Be very discerning. Don't cast your pearls upon swine. There's definitely an energy of dare I say it, trying to buy love. It doesn't work. That'll work for a few minutes. That'll work for a day. And then everything will just go back to normal. So if this is you, might be time to reassess and rethink things. And but definitely don't be wasting your money, your time, your energy on people who don't deserve you, because you're awesome. You're absolutely awesome. All of you are. Every single person. You are awesome. You're a miracle. You're a gift to the earth. So keep that in mind. And don't waste your time on people who don't appreciate you. You're better with one solid, good person in your life who appreciates you and cheers for you and wants to be around you than 100 people who just don't give a shiz about you at all. And that usually we find ourselves in the situation where there's all kinds of people that, just wouldn't give you a second thought, wouldn't give me a second thought, wouldn't give you a second thought, wouldn't give anyone a second thought because they're so busy thinking about themselves. So just be wary of that, Scorpio friends. Absolutely. And our final card, see, it's 0. Isn't that weird? It's so weird. This deck is the weirdest deck. So the Fool. The child is the Fool. And I wonder if this deck was just misprinted. Wouldn't that be interesting if this deck was printed wrong? Because the numbers aren't right. Some of them are, but I would say at least half of the major arcana, the numbers are not right. And I forgot to light my candles, so we won't be making a wish on this one. So the Fool in reverse is feeling very distracted. There's a lot of distracted energy, feeling pulled in lots of different directions. This is not the time to be careless with people or money. That will come back to bite you later, for sure. For sure. Don't be negligent in the things that you need to take care of on top of the holidays. And I know it's a lot. I'm feeling it too. I'm just feeling so, and this is a message for everyone. I am definitely feeling like I've got my usual day-to-day work to be done, like all my videos and editing and, the stuff around the house and, stuff with my son and all the things that I need to do. But then I've got Christmas piled on top. So don't let Christmas distract you so much that you're neglecting the day-to-day things that you need to do. The regular stuff you do every day of the year. So that's a great message. Don't get so distracted. Don't be reckless with your time and money. Yeah, there's definitely a reckless energy, a carelessness, and a distraction energy. You can't buy happiness. Oh, yeah. My guides just were like yelling that to me. You can't buy happiness. So don't try. Don't waste your money trying to buy happiness. If you know what will make you happy, sit in the feeling of already having it. Live as though, and test out those emotions and see how that feels. So there you have it for all of the signs for this week. Thank you for joining me. If you are a new friend, thanks so much for popping by. Stick around. Don't forget to click subscribe and leave a comment and let me know you were here. I have lots of videos coming up for the holidays. I'm actually sitting down this week, I believe, to record 17 videos. So maybe more. We'll see. So that there's lots of content right through to the end of the year. Very timely, very holiday specific for Christmas, for the end of the year, for New Year, all of it. So stick around. And if you are an old friend, thanks so much for hanging around with me again. I do love our conversations. I do love seeing you here. And there we have it. We'll see you on the next video. Have a magical day.